overnight, the men's Final Four games in San Antonio did not disappoint. Houston mounting this furious comeback, taking Duke down. Final score 70-67. Florida beating Auburn 79-73, setting up this epic championship game, which will happen Monday night now. And on the women's side, powerhouse epic matchup today. Defending champ South Carolina taking on the dynasty that is UConn women's basketball. Joining me now from the side of the women's championship today is ESPN women's basketball reporter Alexa Philippou, live on the floor at the arena in Tampa. Very cool, very exciting place to be. Alexa, let's start with South Carolina. As the defending champs, they've had a target, obviously, on their back. Still only losing 3 games this year, but one of those games was to UConn, and they lost by 29 points. That's a blowout. Take us inside the Gamecocks' plan today.
Well, the Gamecocks want to be sure they play true to who they are, which they didn't feel like they did in that 29-point blowout in February. That identity is with defense and with their depth. They are one of the deepest teams in the nation. They are the highest scoring group coming off the bench of any team. That's a huge reason why they're here playing in this championship game now. We saw it with the way that they were able to take down Texas in the national semifinal. They scored 35 points off the bench, and defense has really been a staple of Dawn Staley's squads at South Carolina. They still can go on offensive lulls, but if they can lean back on their defense, they know that they have a real shot at winning tonight. They think they have a real better opportunity at trying to slow down the Huskies than the Huskies' last round opponent UCLA did, and they're going to have to do better, though, than they did in February when they played them in Columbia, and that was a huge blowout.
Let's turn to UConn. Their legendary coach said he was humbled by his team's performance in their Final Four game Friday, demolishing UCLA by more than 30 points. They're the first women's team to beat another 1 seed by 30 points. What's their job today?
Well, they want to play through their big 3. That big 3 is Paige Bueckers, Azzi Fudd, and Sarah Strong. I think they've been the best big 3 in the nation all season when they're playing healthy and they're playing together. And that's how they're going to be able to get a championship today. That 3 is really the best collection of talent we've seen in the country this season with the offensive production they're able to put up. We saw even in the last round, Paige Bueckers didn't have her best shooting night. She scored only 16 points, but Azzi Fudd and Sarah Strong in the third quarter had as many points as the entire UCLA team. So between that group of 3 and just the defense as a whole, that's kind of been an underrated part of this UConn team. That is their magic formula if they want to be able to bring home their 12th national championship.
All right, and you mentioned Paige. USC's injured Juju Watkins beat out Paige Bueckers for AP Player of the Year. But it's Paige, the presumptive #1 pick in the WNBA draft, playing today for UConn. I'm wondering, do you think she has anything left to prove? I know she doesn't have the championship yet, but she's kind of proven everything, hasn't she?
Well, when it comes to individual accolades, she's won everything you could ask for, but she came to UConn to win a national championship, and like you said, that's the last thing remaining. So yes, she does want to win. I think if she doesn't win tonight, she would still be considered one of the best players to ever come through UConn. But UConn is really defined by its greatness, by its championships, and so with her being able to have the opportunity to do that tonight, that would really just further cement her legacy and really cement her legacy in this moment for women's basketball, where she's been one of the brightest stars, one of the most prominent faces, not just really in college or for women, but across the entire sport. But this is sports, and championships are important, so she knows that, and she wants to be able to try and bring home that ring tonight.
Alexa, thanks so much. Have a great time at the game, and we appreciate you stopping by to take us through it. That Powerhouse Women's Championship game today, 3 p.m. Eastern on the ABC Network.